Ever wondered how the cap was invented? Watch the full video now on my channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing facts.
You know, all those everyday things we use, the ones we never really think about, they've got these wild hidden stories. And today, we're going to uncover the surprising biography of one of the most common items on the planet, the cap.
So let's start with a really basic question. What is a cap? Sounds simple, right? Well, the answer is way more complex than you might think. When we even say the word cap, what are we actually talking about?
Is it this? You know, the classic baseball cap, an absolute icon of sports, fashion, and culture. Yeah, this is probably the first thing that pops into your head. Or maybe, is it this? The humble little bottle cap. It's also called the crown cork, and it was invented way back in 1892. A totally different object from a totally different time, but somehow it shares the exact same name.
Or is it this? A phrase you hear all the time now. It has nothing to do with what you wear on your head or what seals your drink, but it has everything to do with being honest. So, how on earth did one little word come to mean three completely different things? Well, that's the story we're going to unpack today.
All right, so our story kicks off not on some high-fashion runway, but on a dusty baseball field, way back in the middle of the 19th century. See, the cap wasn't born from style. It was born from a super simple need, being able to see the ball. And you know, its evolution happened surprisingly fast. In 1860, you've got the Brooklyn Excelsiors wearing this floppy wool version just to keep the sun out of their eyes. Purely practical. But fast forward to 1901, and the Detroit Tigers totally changed the game by sticking the first ever mascot on theirs. Suddenly, it's a symbol of identity. And then, by the 1940s, latex rubber comes along and gives it that stiff, structured shape we all recognize. So in just a few decades, it went from a basic sun shield to a powerful team symbol.
But of course, the cap wasn't just going to stay on the baseball field. Oh no, it was about to make a massive leap from an athlete's uniform to a must-have piece of global fashion.
The 1970s, that was the real turning point. Fans wanted to show love for their favorite teams, so they started wearing the exact same caps as the players. And that was the moment, right there, that the baseball cap became public property. It was officially a piece of American culture.
And once it hit the mainstream, the cap style became this perfect mirror for the times. The 70s gave us that promotional trucker hat. Then you have the 80s and 90s, totally defined by hip-hop culture, which brought us the iconic snapback, the perfect way to rep your city or your crew. The 2000s, that was all about the oversized fitted cap as a streetwear status symbol. And today, it's the relaxed, comfy, unstructured dad cap, which kind of shows you how we've moved towards comfort and a little bit of nostalgia.
And pop culture? It absolutely cemented the cap's legendary status. It was on the heads of hip-hop giants, on TV with Will Smith, in the movies on Tom Cruise, and it was even worn by Princess Diana, which really helped shape her whole image as the relatable people's princess. I mean, it crossed every cultural boundary you can possibly imagine.
So just when you think you've got the cap all figured out, you know, it's a sports thing, it's a fashion thing, its story takes another sharp turn. It actually went back to its roots of being purely functional, but in places you would never, ever expect.
Think about it. The very things that made the cap perfect for baseball, shielding your eyes from the sun and clearly showing who you are, well, it turns out those things made it perfect for other professions too. And this is where the story gets really surprising.
I mean, check this out. In the U.S. military, different colored caps are used to identify highly skilled jobs like parachute riggers. Police forces all over the world, from Spain to the U.S., have adopted it. Elite SWAT teams wear it. It's even the official uniform for the top 3 finishers on the podium in motorsports.
So we've seen the cap as a sports tool, a sports icon, and a professional uniform. But its final, and maybe its most radical transformation, had nothing to do with what it was, but everything to do with what it meant.
This is honestly the most fascinating part of its entire journey. The cap literally jumped beyond its physical form to become an idea, a concept that lives in the way we talk to each other.
To really get this, we have to start with another word, capping. It comes from African American Vernacular English, or AAVE, which is a dialect with its own rich history and grammar, and the term capping basically means to lie, to exaggerate, to be fake.
So, it's pretty simple, right? If capping means you're lying, then no cap is the direct opposite. It's a declaration of truth. It's just a way to say, hey, I'm being 100% honest right now, or no lie, for real.
Thanks to hip-hop music and the lightning speed of social media, the phrase no cap just exploded into the mainstream. And now it's become this linguistic signature for Gen Z, a generation that puts a huge value on being authentic and real. And that's how you get the 4 different lives of the cap. It was born for sport, adopted for fashion, enlisted for duty, and finally transformed into language itself. Just an incredible evolution for such a simple object.
And this brings us right back to where we started, full circle. From the head of a ball player in 1860 to sealing a bottle in 1892 to a phrase that stands for truth today. One word, 3 incredible, interwoven histories.
It just goes to show you, the things we use and see every single day are constantly evolving in ways we can't even predict. So it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? What everyday object around you is going to be the next one to transform